I kind of threw it to you, and I want to go back and show you exactly how I created these shapes. And this is just, I want to make sure that you really have a good idea and understand how to use all of these things. Because, I want you to be able to not only know how to do it, but be able to answer some questions on the Illustrator exam. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is a rectangle. So I'm going to grab the rectangle tool and I'm going to just draw right over the top of this existing shield. I just want an outline of the rectangle so I can see what's happening on the inside. You can see that I made the rectangle. I could do it either way. I could make it use these points on the right or left side, or I could go all the way to the top. Either way works. I was showing students this way, so I'll just do it to the shorter points on the top. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to add some anchor points. So, a square needs to, this center line at the top edge needs to extend here. And so the only way you can do that is by adding an anchor point. Grabbing your pen tool, hovering over that edge, we'll get it selected first. Hovering over the edge of that rectangle, you can see that when I hover over directly over that line, I'll get a plus sign. Plus means we're adding an anchor point. So once we've added it, right now it's selected. You can see that it's blue, it's filled blue, and every other anchor point is filled white. So just filled blue means it's activated, it's selected. So with it selected, I could just use my arrow keys and move it up to that top point. We're also going to need to add an anchor point down here at the bottom. So the bottom point, look for the plus sign, and there you go. Okay, so now we have our direct select tool, and if you hover over every shape, you can kind of get an idea. It's giving you an example of what it can do. Hopefully you've taken a look at that. I want to select both the right and the left anchor point. And I could go one of two ways. I could go and drag that down, or since I'm trying to recreate this shape, I'm going to click on these. And I'm just going to select them both. So if I click on one and hold shift and click on the other side, I have both of them selected, and then I can use my arrow keys to move up. If I hold shift and hold the arrow keys, then you can see that it jumps by 5 steps. Okay. This is not looking like a shield yet, I understand that, but we are going to use another tool, which is the curvature tool. With the curvature tool, I can do a few things. So if I click on any edge, you can see I get a plus sign. I can add an anchor point. But when I click and drag, it rounds the line. And so I want to do that to both sides. What it also does is right now there's a sharp angle at these junctions. So at each anchor point on the edges, it's a straight line coming into the anchor point and a straight line coming out of the anchor point. But if I double click using the curvature tool, it will round that line. And so really what it's doing, if I get my direct select tool and click on it, you can see all these handles. This is going to be on the test. You probably saw it and got confused. With these handles, I can grab these handles and move them. I can move them back all the way into the anchor point, and it'll go back to a sharp point. I'm going to take this back to a sharp point. So I just Control or Command Z back to where I started, and then I'm just going to double click, and it goes back to a sharp angle. But if I double click there on the sides, then it's going to get us more of that shape that we're looking for. And then I can click and drag this down. Like I'm trying to, it's going to take a little bit to get the exact dimension. But I can grab my direct select tool, click on that top anchor point, click on this anchor point, or a handle, I mean, and then we can dial that in. Okay. Now we have the outermost shape, and you can see that we've got multiple shapes happening. If I click the edge, I want to use the object path, offset path. And for this, by default, it goes to a positive. Offset 0.125, I think, is the default. But if you use your mouse and roll or use your arrow keys up and down, you can make that a negative number, meaning it's going to add another shape inside of the existing path. So I'll hit OK. And you can see that that will pretty close to that inside line, the first inside line. And we have another one here. So I want to repeat that. I'm going to go back up to Object, Path, Offset Path. It will remember that it's negative 125. And so it just repeats that same amount. And I'll hit OK. Last step before we color all this in is we need to cut this innermost shape in half. And I'm using your line segment tool to do that. I'm going to hover outside of that shape and click and drag down. And if I hold Shift, it constrains to 45 degrees. So that way I know that that line is completely perpendicular, perfectly straight. Okay, selecting the line segment, I'm holding Shift, I'm selecting that innermost shield shape, and now I'm going to use your shape builder. And you can see I'm hovering on each side, it's turning those sides gray. I want to keep the right side, so you can see a little plus sign in the bottom right corner of that tool. And if I hold Option, you can see a negative sign, which means I'm deleting the other side. Then I'm going to take this line segment and delete it. Now I'm just going to color everything in. So this most inner shape is black. The second shape is white. And you can make these any colors, by the way. And the most outer shape is black.